Some objects are designed to hold things. Others are designed to keep things out. Then there is SCP-19. It stands as a silent sentinel in a room of reinforced concrete. It is a ceramic vase of immense proportions, 2.5 meters high, 1.8 meters wide at the mouth. To look at it is to see the ghost of classical Greece. Its style and decoration speak of an ancient world, of artisans long dead, and cultures buried under layers of dust. But this is no museum piece. The vase is an impossibility. Despite its ceramic appearance, its surface is entirely unbreakable. No known means of destruction can mar its skin or crack its frame. It exists in a state of permanent defiance against the laws of material science. Because it cannot be broken, it must be contained. SCP-19 is held within a cell measuring 3 meters by 3 meters by 4 meters. The walls are thick, reinforced concrete. Below the vase lies a wide grate. Beneath that grate sits an incinerator. The environment is kept in a state of artificial winter. When the incinerator is dormant, the room is maintained at exactly 0 degrees Celsius. This cold is not for the preservation of the ceramic. It is to slow what comes from within. Observation is constant. A plate glass window separates the vase from its watchers. The staff do not enter the room unless absolutely necessary. They watch and they wait. Because SCP-19 is not merely a vessel, it is a gateway. Periodically, entities emerge from the mouth of the vase. These creatures are designated as SCP-19-2. They are small, vaguely humanoid in shape, though many possess animaloid features. They do not come with peace. They are extremely hostile. They emerge with an instinct to kill, attacking with teeth and claws. Individually, they are fragile. Their bodies are delicate. Surprisingly, they are highly flammable. But in large numbers, their strength becomes a considerable threat. Under the most stable conditions, kept at 0 degrees Celsius and totally at rest, the vase is predictable. It releases one entity per hour, a slow, steady drip of hostility. But stability is fragile. The rate of manifestation is tied to the state of the vase and its surroundings. If SCP-19 is moved, the frequency increases. If the vase is threatened, the entities emerge faster. Extreme temperature highs or lows trigger them. Even a sudden shift in the surrounding environment can provoke a surge. Then there is the act of introduction. To place an object or a living organism inside the mouth of SCP-19 is to invite disaster. This action triggers what is known as a flood reaction. The vase does not simply accept the offering. It responds by vomiting forth a tide of SCP-19-2 specimens. There are other variables that remain uncertain. Some believe the presence of human life near the vase influences the rate of emergence. Others suggest it depends on the weather patterns outside the concrete walls. Most unsettling is the observation that certain individuals affect the manifestation rate more drastically than others. The vase seems to react differently depending on who is watching. The interior of SCP-19 defies geometry. If the vase is tipped or tilted, it reacts as if it were already filled to the brim with specimens. A sudden cascade of creatures pours out, as if a reservoir had been breached. Yet, when an observer looks directly down into the mouth from above, they see nothing but a dark hole. There is no visible bottom. There are no walls within. The internal cavity is suspected to be inconsistent with its external measurements. It is a void that holds more than it should. Because of this, SCP-19 must be kept in a vertical position at all times. To tilt the vase is to release a swarm. In such events, the protocol is absolute. The incinerator beneath the grate is activated. Fire is the primary tool for containment. If an outbreak occurs beyond the room, ordinary firearms are successful in terminating individual specimens. However, when the entities emerge as a swarm, flamethrowers become the only effective means of defense. The Foundation has attempted to understand these creatures. A single specimen of SCP-19-2 was once removed from the containment chamber and placed in a reinforced pen. It was provided with water and live chickens for food. The creature did not remain silent. It produced quiet, continuous vocalizations. These sounds were garbled, yet they were phonetically similar to ancient Hellenic languages, the voices of a dead world, spoken by a monster. Despite this linguistic link, the specimen showed no signs of higher intelligence. It behaved like an animal. The creature's existence was short-lived. It lasted fewer than 48 hours. Once it had perished, a dissection was carried out to uncover its origins. The results were disturbing. On a cellular level, the anatomy was consistent with normal biology. But the structure of the body was fundamentally flawed. The musculoskeletal system was extremely unstable. The respiratory system was erratic. Most shocking was the internal cavity. The digestive tract was nearly non-existent. There were virtually no other internal organs. The conclusion was simple and grim. These creatures were not designed for our world. They were not intended to live for any meaningful amount of time outside of SCP-19. They are biological errors, fragments of something that can only exist within the void of the vase. But as time passed, the entities began to change. The monitoring teams noticed a subtle shift. A containment unit was slightly damaged following prolonged exposure to a specimen. The damage had been missed because the entity possessed a form of partial transparency. This trait had never been recorded before. Then came the resistance. The staff observed that some specimens of SCP-19-2 were now more resistant to incineration than others. They could withstand the heat of the grate longer than their predecessors. It was hypothesized that this was a defense mechanism. The vase was not just producing creatures, it was refining them. The evolution accelerated. Eventually, most specimens emerged entirely resistant to the effects of the incinerator. The fire that once cleansed the room became useless. The flames merely flickered against skin that would no longer burn. The Foundation was forced to consider a more caustic solution. A replacement of the incinerator with an acid bath was proposed. This adaptation is not accidental. The evolution of SCP-19 suggests something far more ominous than a biological fluke. It suggests a level of awareness. It implies that the vase is observing its enemies. It is learning how we kill its children. The ceramic vessel remains silent and unbreakable in its cold room. It stands vertical, watching the observers through the glass. And with every entity it releases, it gathers more data on how to survive us.